Welcome back to the Mullen Center and the PVTO tournament here in Amherst. My name is John Ruggiero. I'm joined by Jonathan Murgita, and this day keeps rolling on. Now we've got East Longmeadow girls versus Pittsfield girls, and we're going to get right into it here with some starting lineups. We'll start with East Longmeadow, and for them, they are starting Kennedy Marino, then Sabina McKinchy. I probably did not say that name correctly. I apologize. I'm trying my best here. Emma Gosselin, Jillian Stevens, and Tess Deneau. Who is a player to watch for the Spartans, John?
Well, looking at the Spartans today, it's Emma Gosling. So last season, she came in with 120 points off 30 free throws. She had a great season. Looking to lead the team this year as well as a forward, coming in the starting lineup. And let's look to the other side. John, who we got in the starting lineup?
Well, we have Ellerby, Conyers, Stetz, Castillo, and Summers, who's a player to watch for Pittsfield.
Well, Castillo is going to be our player to watch. Last season, 259 points, led the team in scoring. Today, she's going to probably be doing the same as well, looking to take over and potentially give Pittsfield the win today at the Mullen Center as tip-off is on the way.
And here we go. Pittsfield will win the tip-off to start this game. And right away, it's Kiana Summers with the ball and goes inside to Conyers. Her layup no good. And out of bounds, it'll come back to Pittsfield.
Right away, Pittsfield being very aggressive, not getting back on defense, but staying up, applying pressure on the ball, and getting another opportunity to potentially put first points on the board.
Pittsfield has won the last 5 matchups, winning the last game 53-30. So East Longmeadow looking to get themselves back into this rivalry as the ball will come back to the Spartans. It'll be inbounded right in front of their bench. Head coach Tim Jerry leads the way for the Spartans. And there's a foul on the floor. Causes the whistle. This game starting a little bit later than it should have. 12:40 was the listed start, but we had an injury in the last game that we saw, which delayed things a little bit. So we thank you for sticking with us. Here is a 3-try from Deneau, no good. Rebound to the Generals. Castillo, John's player to watch, up to Ellerby for 3. No good. Rebound to the far side, taken over by Conyers. Now another 3-ball try is good by Castillo.
And Castillo's been dominant. Just like that, off the rebound, gets a great pass from the wing, and just like that, nails a 3-pointer.
Let's take a look at this, John.
I mean, come on, let's take a look at this. Nice pass off the wing, and just absolutely executes the 3-point opportunity.
3-0 the score in favor of the Generals. Now it's Summers who loses the handle, but it will stay Pittsfield ball. Kiana Summers, the junior. And looking to inbound, out of bounds again, staying once again with Pittsfield. 6:53 to go in the first quarter. Some quick whistles early on in this one.
Pittsfield coming out very strong in the first minute of competition here. Coming out, looking to get an opportunity to just put more points on the ball. Great ball movement, as you see right there, another 3-point chance.
Castillo won't go. Rebound tracked down by Castillo, but I believe she stepped out of bounds. Spartans ball.
Just like that, we're seeing a team very aggressive right off the bat. Already shot the ball 4 different times within the first minute and 15 seconds. Very, very dominant start and aggressive.
And now the Spartans will turn it over. It'll come back the other way for the Generals. Summers to inbound. Finds Conyers. She is pressured, but it will go over to Summers. She'll find Castillo inside. Now Stetz puts it up over the rim. No good, to the far side. Summers into the paint. Stetz, long 2 off glass, and now a travel.
And I think both refs got that one both blew a whistle on that one, expecting the travel call. Just good defense all around from the Spartans, really trying to reduce the amount of opportunities that Pittsfield gets with shooting the ball.
And here come the Spartans. It's Marino, but that ball is poked out of bounds by the Generals. Both teams trying to find their footing. Not even 2 minutes into this first quarter. Marino to inbound, and once again, out of bounds on the Generals.
And East Longmeadow is going to get another chance trying to break the ice. Right now they've been scoreless for the last minute and 50 seconds and counting. Looking to just finally put some points on the board as a steal.
And here comes Pittsfield up the court, and banking it home is Conyers. And now it's Pittsfield ball once again. Out of bounds go the Spartans.
Let's take a look at this. Connors, what a great steal. And just going to the basket strong. Uses the backboard to lay it in. As we have a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back to the first quarter of Pittsfield versus East Longmeadow. I'm John Ruggiero, joined by Jonathan Merguida at the Mullins Center. The Generals inbound. It goes up top for a shot. That is good. And once again, it's Conyers.
Conyers doing a great job. Another great look from her teammate and was able to execute as East Meadow just took their second field goal attempt of the game. But Pittsfield going the other way.
Ellerby inside to Conyers again. She'll stop back to Ellerby. No good. Ball kept in play. And losing the handle was Castillo. Now it'll be Spartans ball.
East Longmeadow right now at 5 turnovers within the first 3 minutes of the game and unable to even break the ice and put points on the board yet, as it's 8-0 Pittsfield. And look at that trap. Look at the trap on the back court. They got a jump ball. It's going to stay East Longmeadow's ball, but Pittsfield applying the pressure on a press and really making the Spartans earn their first points of the game.
Pittsfield realizing that the Spartans are just having a little bit of trouble getting out of their own half of the court. This time they'll be able to reach the middle line and go past it. Marino drops it off to Stevens. And back to Marino. Kennedy Marino now up top to some more passing around. Double teaming there. And a foul.
And to the east, and Pittsfield really good at trapping in the corner also. I think it's what's going to make this team really enjoyable to watch in terms of Pittsfield is their defense, let alone their shooting. It's going to be the defense trapping it in the front court when it's a press, or trapping in the corner when the ball goes to the corner and blocking off the outlet. It's a really strong and dominant defense we've seen in the first 3 minutes from Pittsfield.
And here's Pittsfield once again. It's Summers trying to find Castillo inside. Tipped out of bounds. East Longmeadow made a bunch of substitutions. And now inbounding again is Summers. Once again out of bounds. Generals ball. East Longmeadow has already played a game. They lost 56-20 to Springfield International Charter School. In that one, Emma Goslin scored 11 points. You were a player to watch, John. And now the Spartans do have the ball.
Let's see what the Spartans can do here on the press. Looking to create a press break and try to get the ball down court, and they're able to do so.
It's Reed. She's pushed on the foul. Spartans windbound on the near side. It's Clark. Near side, pressured there. Now to Beek, up top to Knowles. Maya Knowles. Far side. It's Beek. Pressured there and turned over to Summers. Here come the Generals once again up the court. It's Stetz. Left side for a shot by Conyers, won't go. Stetz the rebound. Stetz can't put it home.
And second chance opportunity again for Pittsfield. Just once again crashing the boards and applying pressure just like that once again.
Summers spin move, no good. Rebound, also no good. And then a foul.
Once again, Pittsfield applies pressure at the press and at the front of the court, John. And once again, they get another turnover, and now they go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Bicasio going to the free throw line. Looking to add to her point totals. She'll make the first. And the second. No good. Rebound to the Spartans.
And if you're the Spartans right now, you don't want to do that. You don't want to apply pressure like that and just try to rush the ball down the court. You want to set up the offense. You want to make it sure you find a way to get your teammates down the field, down the court, have some support, but also you might want to draw some fouls and try putting Pittsfield in foul trouble. But just like that, we might have just seen another turnover, but kept it in bounds.
Brielle Clark having a real time trying to get out of her own half of the court, and that's a 10-second violation.
And that's the thing when you enter high school basketball, you got to worry about the 10-second violation. We've been seeing it a lot this weekend at the Mullins Center. The first games of the season, you're really becoming acquainted to that violation now. It's a new rule that you have to learn about and a new way to adjust your skill and your game of basketball.
Generals ball once again in a 9-0 game at the Mullins Center. Inside, yet another foul. It'll be 2 shots. Maya Knowles picks up the foul, and Conyers will take a couple shots. She'll miss the first.
And look at this, 5 in and 5 out for East Longmeadow. East Longmeadow just trying to find something right now, trying to put points on the board. They're putting in a whole new 5, trying to get a rebound here off a shot.
Goslin, one of those coming back in off the bench. Offensive rebound momentarily, and then a jump ball. And it'll go to Pittsfield. And there's the inbound.
Oh, look at that. That's a great play, reading the pass, but look at the hustle back by Pittsfield.
Goslin gets it to go.
That's a great basket by Gosling, reading the pass from Pittsfield, going down court on a fast break and executing a layup, breaking the ice for East Longmeadow.
Now here's Summers into the paint, drops it off for a shot, no good. Castillo couldn't grab the rebound, now it's to the Spartans. Kenchny, the far side, and now Goslin going up with it, no good. Rebound, fought for, another jump ball.
Let's take a look at this again from Gosling. A great play by her, reading the pass, deflecting it, and just hustling for the ball and going strong to the basket all the way. And a great move, putting 2 on the board.
We play on McKenchny. Her shot is blocked. Gosling grabs it, puts it up, and it won't fall for her. Then a foul will be called on Sabina McKenschney.
And what you notice is when Gosling gets the ball, or when a person on East Longmeadow gets the ball within the paint, Pittsfield just finds it. They go on it like a bunch of animals just going for the ball. It's fantastic how they do it. And the defense, once again, applies a lot of pressure, forces a turnover, draws a foul, and now they have possession.
There's a shot, no good. The rebound to the far side. And Testino was knocked down. But it goes out of bounds for the Pittsfield possession. They inbound. It's Summers up top. Summers to the near side and in to Castillo. It's good.
That's great ball movement once again by Pittsfield, just trying to create space, find a gap in the defense, and they were able to execute too.
McKenschney for Deneau. Testino, the senior. She'll cut to her right. Try to find Gosselin. No good. Up to Summers on the break. Puts it in.
And once again, fast-paced moving is Pittsfield. And once again, they add 2 to the board, increasing their lead to double digits.
Here's a three-pointer for Marino. Too long. Gosselin fights for the rebound. Summers from her knees. Can't get it to a fellow general. Now it's McKenschney. Looked like she stepped out of bounds. Checking in is Grace Blay, as Testino takes a seat. 13-2, the score in favor of the Generals. Here's Ellerby to Summers. Back to Ellerby. Thinks about the three. Cuts inside. Stops there. Drops it off to Sherman. Sherman double teamed. Banks it off of a East Longmeadow player and out. It'll stay with Pittsfield.
That's great basketball IQ, John. If you know you're going to get trapped in the corner, you know you're going to get trapped down the baseline, just throw it off a defender, force it out of bounds, and force an inbound, and you're going to keep the possession. Rather do that than turning over the ball.
Carolyn Castillo will take a seat as Pittsfield builds their lead. Give and go, and inside for the score is Sherman.
That is once again great ball movement, a great give and go. Like you said, John, on the call, that is fantastic play by Pittsfield.
Gosselin looking inside and turned over by Stevens. The Generals slow things down.
And they've been doing that a lot when they get possession for the most part. They're slowing things down. The Spartans, on the other hand, they're trying to just rush their offense. And I think if you're coaching right now, that's something you want to change going into the end of the quarter and starting in the next.
Fake the shot and give it off to Sherman. Now a shot by Ellerby off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Stevens, kept in by Sherman. And down on the floor is an East Longmeadow player.
Let's take a look at that last East Longmeadow or Pittsfield score, where they went right up with it and a great pass to the box and was able to put 2 on the board.
We're going to take a quick injury timeout, and we'll be right back on the PVTO YouTube network. Jillian Stevens has made her way to the bench and will play on here.
And you're looking at Tim Gary, first year coaching at the varsity level for East Longmeadow's girls team. And now looking to create a first win on the season for that team as well.
5 seconds left in the first quarter. Pittsfield passing it around. It's Conyers, who didn't know how much time's left. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Pittsfield up 15-2 after 8 minutes. And with that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. And welcome back to the Pioneer Valley Tip-Off presented by the Oakview Group. And I must remind you that this live broadcast is sponsored by the Valley Blue Sox. The Valley Blue Sox are a premier summer baseball team competing in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. With over 75 MLB draft picks, the Blue Sox have been one of the spots to go for collegiate baseball players with eyes on the next level. Come out next summer to Mackenzie Stadium in Holyoke to catch the Blue Sox live. We're back under play for the second quarter, and here we are with Pittsfield making an early score. It's Grace Stetz.
And what a move right there by Pittsfield. That was a fantastic move inside the paint, putting 2 on the board, expanding the lead 17-2.
And now East Longmeadow will turn it over themselves, and Pittsfield with yet another chance to extend their lead. Castillo for 3, it's short. East Longmeadow the rebound.
And then John, the last time these two teams faced off, Pittsfield won 53-30. Gosling had 12 points in the game, Costello had 7, and Summers had 6. But again, there was no Tim Garrick head coach, and they weren't at the Mullins Center. So it's a whole different playing field, it's a whole different season. But right now, this game is looking all Pittsfield as they're in the lead, 17-2.
Here they are again. It's Summers to Castillo, across the court to Stetz, and now a shot is made by Sherman, no good. The rebound to the Spartans. And here they come up the court. It's Butler now to the near side for McKechnie. Her shot is no good. Summers across the Power U logo at Jack Lehman Court. Summers again fighting for it in the paint. It's taken over there. And Spartans, I believe, took timeout.
Yeah, that's a great timeout right there. You had the possession arrow, so you didn't necessarily need it, but you saved the arrow for later in the game in case that's actually needed. I don't know if I would have called a timeout there, but it's a good timeout to reset your team, reset the offense. You just got a good turnover, got the ball back. Now you got to set something up. You got to use your timeout wisely, where you got to score off of it.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back at this PVTO tournament. Welcome back to the Pioneer Valley tip-off, 17-2 in favor of Pittsfield.
And you're looking right now at Chrissy Connors, her first year coaching in the varsity level for Pittsfield. We got two rookie coaches looking to duel off. Who's going to get the win? I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's keep it going with the action.
Well, it's looking pretty good for the Generals, but there is a score for Emma Goslin. She's got both scores for the Spartans, and there's 2 more points for Madison Stats.
Yeah, and right there, the Generals answer really quick to the Spartans basket, making it feel like it didn't even exist.
Goslin again gets it to go.
And right now, it's all Gosling right now for the Spartans, just putting points on the board. All 6 points have come from her.
She scored 11 points in the first matchup this season. She's got 6 right now. Stets up top, Summers over to the left. Sherman shot no good. Rebound, Stets can't get it to go. Madison Stets makes a move, gets back in, off glass and out. And it'll stay with Pittsfield.
East Longmeadow just struggling to get a rebound on that, but let's take a look at Goslin with her basket. Went all the way up with a good left to the back, using the backboard, and was able to put 2 on the board. East Longmeadow there, struggling to find a rebound, let the ball go out of bounds, and the Generals will get another chance with 35 seconds, a fresh shot clock.
Castillo to the far side, Summers fakes it, takes it to the left. Castillo shot in and out. The rebound, everyone fighting for it. It'll be a jump ball. And stay with Pittsfield.
As the arrow goes to East Longmeadow.
I was faked out by our public address announcer.
Yes, as that's where the arrow we were talking about before that timeout, because now the arrow went the other way, and now East Longmeadow looking to execute, getting the ball back.
McKechnie, top of the key, cuts to the right. Now the near side, Reed, up top. Marino, this way and that, working on Summers, 8 to shoot. Inside, Goslin. Lee was fouled.
You know, it's a great possession. Sure, you took 30 seconds off the clock right there, but that's a great possession. You're just moving the ball. You're trying to break through Pittsfield's defense, and you're trying to make them work to get the ball back. That is a great possession and drawing a foul as we have a fresh shot clock.
Here they are again. It's Beek, and she'll turn it over. Looking up court to Castillo. Inside to Summers, and then Stets just can't finish. And the Spartans take control.
That was a great pass. It was an outlet pass, just making your teammate run the outlet, and it was a good play. Just wasn't able to execute.
Here's Caitlin Beek to the far side, and a foul off the ball goes against Pittsfield.
And if you're Pittsfield, you gotta be careful with foul trouble. It could, you know, you don't see it right now, but when you think long term, it can have a huge impact on the game, and you don't want that to happen. So you really gotta be careful with foul trouble, even though you're up 13 right now.
Here's Kendall Reed to the right side, stripped of the ball, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spartans with 28 to shoot.
Great defense by Pittsfield, really making it difficult for the East Longmeadow to put points on the board. They've had the possession for about a minute now, I believe. It's really been a long possession for East Longmeadow.
Goslin fakes the shot, takes it into the paint, takes it up and takes it in, and is fouled.
That's a great move by Gosling, going to the basket, and look at this. We're gonna show us again. She went strong. She had 2 defenders on her, split right through them, used the backboard and drew the N1. Goslin is taking over the Mullins Center right now.
She has all 8 points for the Spartans, looking for number 9. Just short, a rebound to Stets. And passed inside for the Generals, and they get the jump ball. We'll stay with the Generals.
That's a great fight by East Longmeadow, trying to just get a steal. And look at that, they all just go for the ball. creating a jump ball. It will stay Pittsfield, but the arrow is now favoring East Longmeadow if we have another jump ball.
There's a quick shot by Conyers. This is everything, and now it will be East Longmeadow. The Spartans with possession with 3:55 to go in the first half. McKechnie. And a bad screen by Kendall Reed.
Yeah, it was a moving screen there. I think she just got there a moment too late. It was a great idea trying to just beat the half-court press, but just got there a second too late and wasn't able to plan herself as a screen, and it caused a turnover.
Here are the Generals once again. It's Madison Stetz. Inside, Castillo puts it up and off glass and in.
That's a great pass to Castillo, and once again she's able to take it and score off the glass.
McKechnie going every which way, zigzagging her way across the state of Massachusetts. She'll go to the right and now leaves it for Marino. Out of bounds, stays with the Spartans. A couple subs coming in for the girls in red. Goslin checks back in. And so does Maya Knowles. Inbound to Stevens. Now Goslin into the paint. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Stetz.
And it felt like that Goslin was just looking to get a shot off with a load of defenders near her. And that's what you have to do if you're Pittsfield. Just keep guarding Gosling, because if you could shut her down, it seems that she's the only one that's able to score right now. But that just means now the Spartans have to be dependent on the rest of their team.
Conyers was out of bounds. It'll go to East Longmeadow. And here's Marino. Finds McKechnie. Now Knowles. Bounce pass goes right to Madison Stetz with some speed up the court. She's got Summers back to Stetz. Puts it up, no good. Rebound, rolls out.
It's a great play by Pittsfield, trying to create space, trying to just shoot from down low. But here comes East Longmeadow the other way.
McKechnie runs right into traffic, but the jump ball is called and it will go to East Longmeadow.
And as East Longmeadow gets the possession back, it just is another opportunity for them to try and cut down the lead that the Generals have, because the Generals have come out very aggressive here in the first half.
And once again, East Longmeadow ball, as the attempted steal had a foot out of bounds. So 2:31 remains in the second quarter in the first half. I'm John Ruggiero, joined by John Murguita here at the Pioneer Valley tip-off. There's Kiana Summers with the steal, and she can't get the layup to go. Castillo the rebound. She'll give it right to Goslin, and now the jump ball will go in the favor of Pittsfield.
And that was a really good jump and steal by Summers. Wasn't able to execute on the layup and finish on the layup, but it was a really good look. Found the ball, got a steal, and went fast break to the hoop, even though it was unable to execute.
It actually is General's ball, and here they are. Conyers to Stetz. She loses the handle, but is recovered by Castillo. 25 to shoot for the Generals. Summers slowing things down to Castillo. Now Stetz. Back to Castillo. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Knowles.
It's a great rebound by Knowles, trying to prevent any second chance opportunity that the Generals might have.
Here's a quick try, no good, and the rebound for another shot in and out by Marino. And yet another jump ball. I've lost count.
A lot of jump balls are taking place right here in the second quarter, where possession arrow keeps going back and forth. It just shows aggressiveness and not giving up on both sides of the court. It also shows that there is so much at stake here, given the level of the location and the seriousness of the PVTL.
Here's the Spartans again. Marino into the paint, goes up, no good. Goslin the rebound, Goslin the 2 points.
Once again, second chance opportunities for the Spartans is what executes another 2 points on the board. If you get the Generals, you got to be boxing out on defense.
Stet's no good. Rebound to Conyers. Summers to the far side for a shot by Castillo that goes. Castillo once again on the board. The Generals were held quiet for a little bit, but they've got 2 more points. And here it comes Marino once again out of bounds, tipped out by the Generals.
And we have just a minute left, John, in the first half. And it's been all Generals in the first half, even though the Spartans have possession here, looking to maybe cut the lead somehow, some way.
Marino to inbound. She's got Clark. Brielle Clark loses the handle. And here's Conyers to the rim, and Conyers puts it in. Timeout, East Longmeadow.
And that timeout, once again, with a minute left, you're just trying to get your team maybe into the the locker room for halftime and trying to get your team to rework its defense, rework its offense. Right now, you just kind of want to stop the pressure of Pittsfield. And right now, we're going to go to a commercial break, a little break, and we'll be back right after this.
.9 remains in the first half of this, one of these PVTO games. My name is John Ruggiero. I'm joined by Jonathan Murguita at Jack Lehman Court. And the Spartans are down by 15, looking for a little shot in the arm before the end of the first half. And Brielle Clark is out of bounds. Pittsfield ball with 47 seconds to go.
And Pittsfield, once again, their defense forces a turnover. Now they're looking to just execute and expand the lead.
Summers to the near side for a shot by Ellerby.
That is a long 2 for Ellerby, but it's a great shot. But here come the Spartans the other way, as that's deflected out of bounds.
Yes, a great deflection by Castillo. And Clark will be subbed out.
And here's that shot again. Long 2-pointer from Ellerby, but it was good. And it was another 2 points for the Generals.
Here's Marino. She was subbed back in, and she'll turn it over. Here comes Conyers, drops it off to, or tries to drop it off to Ellerby, but it goes out of bounds with 16.5 to go in the second quarter. Summers to inbound on the baseline. She'll find Conyers far side. Inside Stets. Goes up. Off glass. No good. Rebound by Marino. 7 seconds to shoot. Stolen away by the Generals. Looking to add to their lead with 3 seconds to go. Another steal, but out of bounds is Gosselin. The Generals have 1.4 to extend their lead.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a great defense by the Generals to get the ball back, but also great defense by the Spartans trying to prevent a last-second shot, but we got 1.4 seconds.
Conyers shot, no good. And that will be the end of the first half. Pittsfield leads 27-10, and it's certainly been a good showing. And you'll see here it's been mostly, if not all, Pittsfield. Castillo, Conyers, Stets, Ellerby. Those have been the big-time players for the Generals. It's been plenty of action. at the Mullen Center for those in purple. But East Longmeadow.
Absolutely, but Gosling on the other end has been trying to keep her team in it, putting 3 baskets in a row. I believe all 10 points have come from her today, and now the second half is going to be how can you stop her, or can you expand further and put the Spartans back in this game? But we'll find out after this halftime. We'll be back.
Welcome back to the PVTO tournament here at the Mullins Center. My name is John Ruggiero. I'm joined by Jonathan Murguita. It's 27-10 in favor of the Pittsfield Generals. We unfortunately don't have any stats for you, but I can certainly tell you that it's been the Kiana Summers, Madison Stats, and the Castillo and Conyers show for the Generals.
Well, John, I'll tell you this. We might not have stats in front of us, but I got one stat for you. All of the points today for the Spartans has come from one person. It's Emma Gosling, and that has been the story of the day. It's one person trying to put the Spartans back in this game, but more than that, right? It's the fact that Pittsfield has gone 12 of 39 from the field today. 12 of 39. So even though they're up 17, their field goal percentage is below 36%, right? So there's just two interesting factors to note. It's just the fact that the Pittsfield's played a lot more aggressive, getting offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities, and that's what's given them a 17-point lead.
And they'll look to extend that lead as they will start with the ball as the second half begins. And a little bit of delay before that will happen, but as you said, John, Emma Gosling certainly has stolen the show for the Spartans in this one. And we're off for the second half of play. It's Summers. She'll go to the far side and into Stats right away. She's fouled, and we'll have two shots.
I mean, that's a great play to the low, down low to Stats, and Stats goes right up with it, drawing a foul. We'll see if she's able to execute on it and convert two.
Stats, she's had her fair share of time on the ball today. She'll hit her first. Stats, her second. No good. Goes back to Stats for the rebound. Conyers thinks about it, cuts into the paint, and gets it to go.
That's a great move by Connors, getting the offensive rebound and driving to the basket, getting 2 more points on the board. That is how you win basketball games. It's being aggressive on offense and on defense, as Gosling will now go to the line to shoot 2 as well.
Gosling all 10 points for the Spartans, looking for 11 and 12 for the senior. Gosling, her first, is just barely no good. Nasty lip out.
I mean, that was in and out, John. And I know how it is to be a basketball player when I was younger, and you're just in and out. It's the most painful feeling in the world when it comes to basketball.
Goslin's second, also no good. The Generals hold their 20-point lead, but East Longmeadow will take the ball.
And that's great pressure by East Longmeadow, not giving up when the ball was not in their possession, and that's how they converted to getting back the ball.
McKechnie to the far side for Marino, and another turnover. Here's the Generals up the court. It's Conyers to the near side and into Castillo. Off glass and in.
That's a great move by the Generals, just looking to increase their lead, now up 22. And look at the press, John. Look at that press right there. There's a full court press, picked off the pass to the half court side, and just like that, they draw another foul.
Yes, Ellerby will go to the line to shoot 2, and as you said, John, that's courtesy the full court press by the Generals. And I think that certainly has been the story of the game. It's been suffocating this Spartans attack.
I mean, yeah, it's been reducing the amount of shot opportunities they have, but not only that, reducing the amount of time they have with the ball. Time possession is completely different in terms of if you're looking at the actual minutes and seconds with the possessions. It's been all Generals tonight and today. And not only that, it's also when it comes to rebounding and pressure. They're picking up at full court. If not full court, they're picking up at half court. There's always pressure on the ball.
Here's Marino. Her long 2, no good. Rebound almost went to Gosling, but it's Conyers to Castillo, looking up to Ellerby just over her head. Out of bounds, Spartans ball.
And it just seemed the Generals got a little too excited with the ball, tried to expand their lead a little too quick instead of slowing it down, and it led to a turnover as the Spartans got to get it in quick.
Marino to Gosling, back to Marino. And that was a good press break that time. by the Spartans. Marino to the far side for McKechnie. McKechnie dribbles right into Ellerby, and then there's a foul on Conyers for the whistle. Gosselin draws the foul, Conyers the victim. And here's Summers across the UMass logo to Conyers. Now Castillo. Summers again. Ellerby inside. Stetz goes up with it. It rolls around and falls.
That's a great move by Stetz to go down low with the possession and goes right up to the basket. As right now the Spartans are struggling to get it past half court. They got 10 seconds to do so. Oh, and there's a 10-second violation.
Second one we've seen today as wholesale subs come in for the Spartans. All 5 players subbed off.
I mean, once again, the press from the Generals is shown. It's aggressive, and it prevents and it leads to another turnover.
Here's Summers. Once again, Summers sort of leads this attack, and she's able to find all sorts of lanes inside, this time to Stetz, out to Ellerby, and now Summers again. Summers top of the key, cuts to her left, into inside, and she's fouled. .45 remains in the third quarter. In a 25-point Generals lead, there's a travel. East Longmeadow will take possession.
And there seemed to be some screaming for the clock, as the clock might have ran a couple extra seconds. But now here come the Spartans the other way.
Knowles trying to avoid a 10-second violation, and they won't be able to. 2 in a row.
That's the second possession in a row. Now where the Spartans haven't been able to even get the ball past half court. It feels like the Generals' full court press has gotten even stronger than it did in the first half.
And they will hold possession again. It's Castillo looking across to Ellerby, but now the Spartans take control. And there's a foul. General's a little bit too feisty on that one.
I mean, that went down to 6 seconds, John. Like, that was 6 seconds through. We only had 3 or 4 seconds left before another 10-second violation. It has been a struggle, it seems like, for the Spartans to even get the ball down the court. As that ball's out of bounds. But it will stay for the Spartans.
And that time they just had to kind of force it onto the left half of the court. And it will be General's ball.
And look at this. Look at this sub, John.
Yep.
It's a 5 in and a 5 out. Coach Perry loves doing that, it seems, where it's 5 in and 5 out, and just trying to get a fresh set onto the court and try to get something going here.
Gosselin among those coming back onto the court. So does Sky Andrews. First action she has seen today. First shot from Ellerby off the front rim, no good. Prijai Ellerby. Shot number 2. No good again. Rebound to Gosselin. Emma Gosselin still with all 10 points by East Longmeadow.
See, that's a great press break right there, John. They set a screen down at the backcourt, trying to give Gosselin a chance to get the ball up and over, and she was able to do so. That is the press break that was successful, even though it was a scramble for the ball.
And it goes to Andrews. Andrews working inside. That's behind the glass and out of bounds. And a little shaken up is Juliana Gaudette. And she'll need a sub. Maya Knowles will check back in. And here are the Generals once again.
The Generals coming the other way now. John trying to expand their lead, trying to keep going, but a turnover stops that from happening. Spoke too soon.
Right on cue, Jonathan. Spartans take it back over.
I'm pretty good at that. I've learned this weekend I am pretty good at doing that.
The announcer's jinx, as they call it.
I've heard that a lot this weekend. Someone sitting next to me, they keep saying it.
We'll have a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it too with 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back here at the PVTO tournament. Welcome back to the Pioneer Valley Tip-Off presented by the Oakview Group, and I must say that this live broadcast is sponsored by the Valley Blue Sox. The Valley Blue Sox are a premier summer baseball team competing in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. With over 75 MLB draft picks, the Blue Sox have been one of the top spots to go for baseball players with eyes on the next level. Come out next summer to McKenzie Stadium in Holyoke to catch the Blue Sox live. We thank the Blue Sox for their partnership. East Longmeadow had the ball out of bounds, and now it'll go to the Generals, and right on cue, they turn it over to the Spartans. And right on cue, they turn it right back over. Here's Summers, and there's a foul for 2 shots coming to the Generals.
And once again, the Spartans are struggling to even get the ball up court. And watch this again. We're going to have another, watch this, John. It's going to be another 5 in, 5 out. Watch this again. It's going to happen. And this is something that the Spartans are doing so special. It's so unique. Watch that. Another 5 in, 5 out. They just take everyone in, everyone out. If something bad is happening, that's it. Everyone off the court. That's it. It's an interesting coaching strategy that we see here from Coach Gary of East Longmeadow.
We'll have 2 shots once again for the Generals. The first is no good.
I think that Mike Evans, someone dropped him after he got hurt. I guess like they thought he was out for the season or something.
The second on its way. That one gets some net and falls, and Generals trying to grab the ball on the turnover. Ellerby is fouled.
I mean, there was a battle for the ball there, John. Just somebody's trying to get it. It was a scramble. And again, it was a bad pass that led to that scramble. And now, once again, the Generals go to the line to shoot 2.
Now it's Ellerby at the line. She's had a couple trips today. Her first hits nothing but net. Jai Ellerby, the junior. Her second, no good. Rebound taken over by Blaze. And here's Gaudet. She'll find Blaze up the near side. She'll cut into the paint, go up with it, and it falls. The first Spartans points, not from Emma Gosselin.
That is correct, John. You said it perfectly. That is 20 minutes of no points that were not developed from this team by Emma Gosling. It is a crazy stat that I like noting, but it is one that needs to be noted.
Castillo got 2 points of her own on that last rush, and now it's Summers coming back the other way. Summers drops it off for a 3-point shot too far from Smith Moody. And that's out of bounds for the Spartans to take possession.
And let's take a look at this. It's the first basket not made by Emma Gosling for the Spartans. And it was a great one to the basket. Great work by them. Now this game is 39-12.
And another turnover. Ellerby throws it up and throws it in.
It's a great move by Ellerby at half court, sees a long ball, and it's like a wide receiver, it's like a defenseman getting a pick six, got the ball, went straight to the basket, and now put 2 on the board again.
Summers fouled from behind by Juliana Gaudet. And that draws the whistle. A couple subs waiting for the Generals after Summers makes her trip to the line. First shot goes for Summers. And checking in is Sherman. The second shot for Kiana Summers is good.
It's great work by Summers there, executing on the free throws, going 2 for 2 from the line. Now will be Spartans ball. Sorry, I saw a whistle, I got a little confused.
No harm, no foul, John. And here's Gaudet across the UMass logo to the right. She finds Vignol, and a jump ball is called as Caitlin Beek was fighting for it. It'll stay with the Spartans. Beek finds Gaudet. Gaudet takes a shot, rims out. Rebound is put right back up and put in by Grace Blake.
And Grace Blake with a great move to the basket. Found an opening down low, ran the baseline with it, and was able to execute.
Here's a shot and a foul. Grace Stetz has a chance at the line.
Yeah, and Grace Stetz had good defense, but her arms just went down, and that was all it took for the official to call a foul and put the Generals back on the line to shoot 2.
Stetz at the line, her first shot, rims out, no good. Her second. Also no good, and that's a violation. Spartans ball. Here's Gaudet. She'll take it up the court with 2:32 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Gaudet. She's gotten it to Beek, who shoots off the rim, and Smith Moody lets it go out of bounds. It'll go to the Generals. Nearing a 30-point lead for the Generals. Pittsfield will inbound again as 5 seconds came off the clock that time. East Longmeadow trying a press of their own, not going to work. It's Conyers, stops, starts again, gets it inside, no good. And the rebounds fought for on that near side and out of bounds. It'll stay with Pittsfield.
And Connors once again just looking to create offense, being a leader on the court today for the Generals, as the Generals now will inbound the ball with a basically full shot clock, 32 seconds.
Conyers inside to Stetz. Sherman, and now a shot is good.
That is great ball movement by the Generals, giving it to Sherman down low. They were just looking and passing and moving the ball around, and they found Sherman down low, and she was able to execute.
Ruse Bajnath. She gets her name on the scoreboard. Gaudet loses the handle. Smith Moody fights for it. Avoids the jump ball. Here's Sherman. To Conyers. Top of the key. Looking inside to Bajnath, and that's no good.
And now the Spartans will regain possession as the substitution takes place. Coming in is Maya Knowles.
And checking out is Caitlin Beek. She'll take a seat, the sophomore. Here's Gaudet, a sophomore in her own right. Thought about passing, continues to dribble with the ball, and now it's Knowles to Vigneault, and the ball goes out. It'll stay with the Spartans. 59.9 to go.
That's just under a minute, John. Now the Spartans really got to get going here because they only have one quarter after this to try to bring this team back as they're going to go to the line to shoot two.
Grace Blaze was fouled. Blaze has 2 points of her own in this one.
Blaze just earlier in this quarter, John, got the ball down low, made a good move to the basket, and put 2 on the board, which implemented the 14 points that you see on the board. Now 15 after that free throw. Last 3 points have come from her.
3 points from Blaze, looking for 4. It's good.
That's textbook right there. 2 for 2 on the free throw line. I always will say this. That's one thing about Shaquille O'Neal's game.
And then she jumps the lane, and it just rolls out, but she puts it up and in. It is fouled.
That is textbook right there, and she goes back to the free throw line. Like I was saying earlier, you know what makes Shaquille O'Neal a player that I don't really like is his free throw shooting. But look at this again. Her interception on the pass, going to find the ball, going right up with it, misses, goes for her own rebound, goes up with it again, drawing the foul. And now just made the N1 just like that. The last 7 points have come from her.
She completes the 3-point play, and almost another steal from the Spartans as they heat some things up here, but Conyers will be able to take it over the half court, and it's a wide open half court and a score for the Generals.
And the Generals just able to press break right there, put 2 back on the board. But the Spartans coming out very aggressive in the last 30 seconds.
And there's yet another foul drawn, this time by Kendall Reed. She'll head to the line for 2.
East Longmeadow, number 5, Kendall Reed at the line.
25.8 seconds remain in the third quarter. East Longmeadow building the momentum. The first from Reed. Off the backboard and out. Reed is just a freshman. Her second, no good. And it missed the rim, which is why the Generals will be able to take control. Almost looked like a Spartans rebound was going to happen.
Yeah, but the violation of not hitting the rim is what caused that to not take place. And here comes a press break. Look at this press break by the Generals. Just like that, and there's no shot clock. This is going to potentially be the last possession of the quarter. Maybe not.
Not if Conyers has anything to say about it. She missed the 3. And now 8 seconds to shoot for Gaudette. She's bringing it up the court, not with much urgency. And Gaudette, they won't get a shot. So after that, Pittsfield leads 47-19. East Longmeadow with a little bit of momentum heading into the fourth quarter. We'll take a break, and you'll hear from us on the other side to finish this game out after this. Welcome back to the fourth quarter. here to finish this game out, and I believe the clock didn't roll. So we'll have to reset. Yep, 3 more seconds will come off, and LRB will inbound.
And I believe they're going to fix the shot clock also and get that down to 30 or 31. I'm not great at math, but 35 minus 5 is 30. So I think that we're just going to get that fixed quickly, and we'll see. There we go. All right. Maybe I did pass algebra. Maybe.
I barely
as the
did.
ball goes back into play.
LRB to Castillo on the inbound. It's Stets. Back to Castillo, and she'll be able to keep it in. 22 to shoot for Castillo, plenty of time. Top of the key. All the way to the left, LRB. She'll cut in towards the paint, put it up, and bank it home.
That's a great move by Ellerby. Looking to create space, drives to the basket, and is able to lay in for 2.
Here's Godet to the right. Juliana Godet, she'll drop it off to Knowles, and now it's Blaze turned over up to Summers, and she'll get fouled from behind.
Summers on a fast break opportunity, getting fouled from behind. Now going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Grace Blaze drew the foul. And Kiana Summers, a chance for point number 50 for her team at the very least. Her first was no good. The junior gets it to go. Godet finds Knowles. Knowles to Reed, and back to Godet. Here's Knowles again. Across to Reed, pressured by Castillo. Finds Godet in the paint, kicks it out for a shot by Blaze. That's off the front rim, no good. And Knowles draws the jump ball. We'll stay with the Spartans. Here's a quick try by Maya Knowles. It goes. The freshman, her first points in a Spartans uniform, and then LRB travel.
And let's take a look at this again, as it was her first basket in a Spartans uniform. A long 2-pointer, mid-range jumper, and it was good to go.
21 points for the Spartans. And Blaze grabs the inbound. She'll send it to Vigino, and now it's Knowles again. She'll turn it over to Summers. Summers with some speed finds Ellerby. Ellerby into the paint, no good. Castillo the rebound, and out of bounds, East Longmeadow ball. Or Pittsfield ball, they're pointing the other direction.
But here we go with the
Perhaps
subs. Here we go with the subs. It's a 5 in, 5 out again. 5 in, 5 out once again. That's now, I believe, the 4th time we've seen the coach do a 5 in and 5 out today. And he seems like he doesn't do a 5 in and 5 out and just takes them out and puts them back in. He keeps them out for a little bit. It's a very interesting coaching strategy.
Your stats for Summers. And they pass it around. Stats puts it up, and it rolls in for Madison Stats.
That's a great move by Stats. Just getting an offensive rebound and getting an open look. It was a great move, good ball movement, good work.
Here's Deneau. Far side. Looking inside. Turnover. Summers has Ellerby. Ellerby no good. Summers rebound, puts it up, blocked. Summers sends it to the far side, kept in but taken over by Deneau. Deneau, she has Marino, and back to Deneau, who puts it in.
That's great ball movement. It seems like this second half has been a whole different Spartans team than we saw in the first half, John, where now they've been a lot more aggressive. And look, you can see the aggressiveness, right? It's a full court press right there. But it's even further than that in terms of who's scoring and the amount of, how depth they've got in their roster in terms of getting points on the board.
Now it's Madison Stetson. That full court press by the Spartans allows for a bit of a 2-on-1 behind the play, and Stets cashed in, and now Summers steals it, goes ahead, and will score.
That's a great move by Summers, just reading the crossover, getting a steal, and going directly to the basket, putting 2 on the board.
Goslin, who we haven't seen in a little bit, she'll get fouled. Emma Goslin, I believe she has 10 points.
Let's take a look again at this steal where Summers was able to read the crossover and was able to outrun her opponent going all the way to the basket and laying it in.
Goslin missed the first. And one quick sub as Eve Butler comes into the game for Deneau. Goslin's second is short, gets her own rebound, and it's put in by Stevens.
Great move by Stevens, as I believe there might be an issue with the clock again. I think we're good now as the ball is going to be inbounded.
Castillo double teamed. Is able to find Stets, and across, no good by Sherman. And here comes the Spartans again. It's Marino. Off to Stevens, and now inside, no good by Butler. Another try scores for Stevens.
Stevens, what a great basket right there. Just adding 2 more on the board. And look at the press now. A lot of aggressiveness coming from the Spartans.
Ketchney almost took that one, but it's Summers. No good. Stets again. Back to Summers. Castillo wide open 3. No good. Ellerby the rebound. Sherman inside Castillo. Stets. Long 2. Long off the back rim. Ellerby for 2 is good.
That was off of 5 rebounds right there, John. That was a 6th attempt opportunity for the Generals. There was no boxing out, it seems, from the Spartans, and the Generals were able to execute off of that.
Here's a steal by Stets as Goslin got stopped in her tracks, and it's Castillo who puts it up and in.
That's a great move by Castillo, a player to watch coming into the game. Led the team in scoring, was a top leader in terms of 3-point shooting, and now just putting 2 more on the board.
McKechnie drives inside, and she's fouled. Ellerby takes the foul, and plenty of subs for the Generals. 4 coming in as Stets, Sherman, Castillo, and Summers all sit down.
Yeah, they take 4 out, leaving 1 on, so it's not the classic, or in this game, classic 5 in, 5 out, but it was a new set of faces we're going to see here from the Generals.
There's a shot, no good by Reed. Gets it back and puts it in with a foul.
That's a great move by Reed. Going to the basket, was able to find a loose ball off an offensive rebound, and was able to put 2 on the board, and we'll go to the line to shoot 1.
See there the great put-up move, and she'll complete the 3-point play. 60-30, 3 minutes to go. And not sure what happened there as Smith Moody just started dribbling with the ball, but she's the inbound. And because of that, the Spartans will now take possession.
Yeah, that's a violation right there, John. Spartans getting the ball back. Let's see if they're able to execute.
And there's a score from Sky Andrews.
That's a great move by Sky Andrews right there, John. They're on a 5-0 run right now. This feels like a whole different team for the Spartans as they get a turnover and a fast break opportunity.
Here's Marino with some speed up the court. She makes a move, but that's an offensive foul.
And they call an offensive foul on Marino right there as she was going for a fast break opportunity. But once again, the Spartans seem very aggressive. Seems like a different team than what we've been watching the last 3 quarters.
Unfortunately, it will be too little too late, but the effort is still there for Tim Jerry's team. Here's Conyers for 3.
That's a great 3 from Conyers. We've been saying it all game. That's a great 3 layup. mid-range jumper. It's been the whole game. Counters has been dominant all game.
Reed. Free throw line, floater off glass, no good. Gets her own rebound. Jump ball.
Let's take a look at this three-pointer again from Connors. It was long, and it was good. That was a great shot by her and her teammates. All on supporting that from the bench.
I think it was good from college range. But here is the Generals once again. That one goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Pittsfield with exactly 2 minutes to go in this game. Here's the Spartans. They take it over off the turnover. Butler on the far side. Finds Andrews inside. She'll put it off the rim, no good. Rebound Knowles. Knowles turns it over to Conyers with some speed up the court on the breakaway. It's good.
That's a great fast break move by Connors as we enter under 90 seconds left in this matchup. And here come the Spartans.
Kendall Reed, near side. This way, and that finds Knowles. Maya Knowles, the freshman, to Reed. Kendall Reed. Nice play inside to Butler. She's fouled.
And John, as she goes to the line to shoot two, still to come right after this is East Longmeadow versus Spartans versus the Pittsfield Generals boys matchup. And here at the Mullen Center for the PVTO, I'm looking forward to that as well.
That'll be myself and Justin Schwartz on the call for that one. At the conclusion of this game, it'll be a 10-minute warm-up. Before that one, as Eve Butler's shot is good. And here's Pittsfield with some speed up the court for one of the final times. It's Conyers once again for the score.
Connors once again. She's on a 5-0 run. The last 5 points for the Generals has come from her.
And runs into her own player there, but the Generals do grab the ball.
Just under 45, John.
Caprice Conyers. And there's a whistle that'll allow the Spartans to take it over. 41 seconds until this game concludes. We'll end with some highlights, the player of the game, and then we will sign off before the next one. Maya Knowles puts it up off back glass, no good. Rebound by Andrews, also no good. Another try over the rim, and the ball will now go to Pittsfield.
And Pittsfield should be holding for one here, you would think. No more shot clock now, John. And they actually outnumber the Spartans now down court.
They want some more. There's another score for the Generals, 69 points. And the Spartans with one last attempt to shoot. Should they be able to? And nope, that's a travel on Caitlin Beek. 4.9 to go, and that will just about do it. It's been a great performance from the Pittsfield Generals as Ellerby dribbles it out, and that will do it. 69-34 in favor of the Generals. And what a game it was for them. Their first game of the season. They win it in convincing fashion in this PVTO tournament.
I mean, absolutely, John. From the very beginning of this game, it was all Pittsfield coming out strong from down low to the top of the key. If you want to talk about East Longmeadow and who are they fighting, they had Emma Goslin for the first 10 points, but they had to be more dependent. And you see right there was another back and forth for East Longmeadow. But again, it was all Pittsfield.
Certainly was, and you have LRB, Conyers, Stetz, Castillo, and Summers, the 5 starters, definitely put on a show for the Generals. As you can see in the highlights, it's just all them. But the player of the game will be Castillo, Harlan Castillo. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists.
I mean, Castillo from the very first quarter was dominant this entire game, John, and was a huge leader on the court for her team. But for me and you, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll tune in for this next game here at the Mullen Center for the PVTO.
It'll be the Generals and, of course, the Spartans coming up in about 9 minutes and 30 seconds. But for myself, John Ruggiero, and Jonathan Murguita, thank you to Oleg Sheehan for leading this great group. We'll be back for the next one at the PVTO tournament.